Hello everyone, this is Nick Penef again. I hope that you guys are not bored with me because I'm gonna be here just for a few minutes. I'm gonna do some my stuff. I'm gonna bring in our guest today. So before we start, I'm gonna mention our sponsor today, Scayul.com and the podcast network on steroids. As you guys know, I'm a little biased because I'm one of the co-founders of Scayul, but the tool is great, and that's why we're doing these events to showcase how you can grow your company, how you can do the best in your business. But before we do that, we're gonna mention what we do at Scale, because some people are still don't know about us. So we'll make sure that we're gonna show everybody what we're doing, how we can help you out to grow your network, get introductions to partners, or do proactive referrals, because that's what we do. So let me share my screen. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna do like a quick introduction, a quick demo of the software, and then I'm gonna invite our guest today, which is a great networker. She has been doing a lot of e-com brands on Amazon, but I'm gonna talk about her in a second. So here is my screen. So let me show you what we do with Scale. Scale is a software which provides introduction swaps, or some, as we call it, proactive referrals between people. So you can grow your network, you can get more leads, you can find sponsors for your events, you can find sponsors for your newsletter, you can find anybody that you want, thanks to sharing introductions with other people. And this is how it works. You need to sign up with Gmail to use the account. And the first thing that you need to do is you come here and you update your profile. You're going to have a skill page very similar to what they do in Calendly. You have a handle. You can use your name or your company name, for example, something like app.scale.com, Nick Penny, if this is my profile. And then what you would need to do, you go ahead and you update your profile. You need to put your first, last name, company or company's position, and an email on which you would like to receive the introductions. Then you set up a template about your introduction from a third person perspective, because you will be introduced to somebody else by somebody who is another user of Scale. So this is what you would need to do. Something like that. Please meet Nick Penef, co-founder of this and that. This is what Nick does. Feel free to connect and have a chat. As simple as that. So you save that and your Scale page template is ready. The next thing, you would need to upload your contacts, because if you would like to get more contacts, you need to upload your contacts. And if you want to participate, you need to share. If you don't share, it's not going to work out for you. And this is what we need from you. You need to upload 10 up to 50 of your close contacts. Those could be like partners, clients, old clients, anybody that you're confident that you can introduce to your other partner. And of course, they have given you the consent for that. So this is how it works. You need to put their email, first name, last name. LinkedIn is an optional, but I always put that company name and a job title. Once you do that, your skill page is ready. So whenever you meet somebody, tell them the phone. Okay, man. Instead of wondering, when you can send a referral and vice versa, check my page and see who you would like to meet. So this is what happens. Now you share the page, you go ahead and you actually request some interactions. Let me show you how it works with the real profile. So this is another dummy profile of mine. So this is what they do. Let's say I speak with somebody and I say, okay, I'm gonna request some interaction on your end. So okay, who they wanna meet? I would like to meet Diana Vaz. And what I do, I request an introduction. I click request. Then my doppelganger, gets the request here in the profile. I first get an email. Some Nikolai is requesting interaction from you. I go to my profile. I go to the approval center. I approve the introduction, accept, and the email is sent, through the software. And this is how it works out. Just give me a second. Okay, here is the interaction. Hey Diana, how are you? Blah blah blah. Please meet Nick Penny, co-founder of Extreme Power Brands at Scale, whatever. So as simple as that, in few clicks you can meet somebody. And you can do that on a larger scale. You can do like lost leads swaps, you can do referral swaps. So you kind of create your own opportunities without waiting for somebody to send the referral. But that's enough for Scale today, guys, because I'm gonna bring in our guest. She's a close partner of mine. She's a huge, great networker, and she's an expert in A+ content. So let me bring in Fatus Fatin, co-founder of Maximize today. so she can tell you more about herself, what she's doing, and how she can help you out to make more money with A plus content. Hey, Fatus, nice to meet you. Just before we start, I'm gonna say to everybody, content is king, but Fatus is gonna show you how A plus content is the emperor. So I leave the stage to you, Fatus. Tell us more about you, what you do, and what we're gonna tell our guys today about A plus content. So thanks again for accepting to speak. It's kind of early in the UK, so thank you for making the time for that.
Thank you, Nick. Thanks for having me, and it's great to be here today. So I'm Fatosh, as Nick said. I built an off Amazon business, a multi-seven-figure business over many years, and then came into the world of Amazon a few years back. So I'm a private label seller in the US market, but I'm also the founder of Maxamaze. So I transitioned from being a seller to being a service provider about a couple of years ago. And this was sort of kind of based on experience of what I was seeing, what was going on as a seller, seeing so many listings that were not quite up to scratch. So at Maxamaze, what we do is we build premium listings from the ground up. So everything from sales copy, keyword research to visuals, still images, videos, A+ content, storefront build out, the whole thing. So we're focused on creating listings that are engineered to convert. So that's what we specialize in. And, like I said, we create premium listings. So they are shot on location with live models. It's all about making the product irresistible and making sure that people are not going to leave your listing without clicking buy. And so A+ content is something that we're doing a lot of projects in at the moment, because there's been this whole transition into premium A+ content, and we're finding that we can do really exciting, really amazing things with that can help to boost conversion clients. So, Nick, shall I kind of carry on presenting from here?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So what I will do is I will share my screen and let's see. Right. So first thing, we'll start with slides. So what is A+ content? Just very briefly, I know pretty much everybody knows what A+ content is, but I do still find so many listings that don't actually have A+ content. So just very, very quickly run through that. And then what I'm going to do is just do some live screen shares, show you some live listing examples so we can see what you can do with A+ content. So it's the space that sits at the bottom of your listing, where normally you would have your product description, which is just a lot of text. What A+ content allows you to do is to use rich visuals that will drive customer engagement. So you've got lots of space there to have images, graphics, and information about your product that can really engage your customers. And within this space, you can talk about the features and the benefits of your product. You can reinforce your brand identity. There are spaces for Q&A, so you can preemptively answer questions that shoppers may have, and then ultimately get them to buy, get them to convert. So A+ content is a fantastic tool for all of that. And then let's have a look. So we've now got premium A+ content and basic A+ content. So what are the differences? With premium A+ content, you've got a lot more real estate on the page. The image sizes are much larger. There's space for you to add videos. There are more interactive features like hotspots. and carousels, which keep people on the page for longer, which leads to higher conversions. So really, really important with A+ content. You can keep the customer, especially with premium A+ content, you keep them on your listing for longer. That increases the chances of a conversion, but it also has another kind of positive byproduct in that the longer people are spending on your listing, the more your listing gets shown. So in terms of discoverability as well, it's got lots and lots of benefits. So what I'm going to do is just very quickly go to live screen share, and I can show you, for anybody who might not know what A+ content is. So this is a listing on Amazon, and then you've got your listing images and your bullets, and then you scroll further down the page, past all the ads, brand story, and this is where the A+ content sits. So this particular listing has got premium A+ content compared to, say, this listing here, which is basic A+ content. So what I'd like to do is to just go through a few of the differences, sort of compare and contrast, and then we can go back to the live listing. So what's the difference? Premium A+ content was previously available only to big sellers, and it cost a lot of money. But since last year, regular brand registered sellers can use it as well. And I'll go back into the eligibility criteria in a moment. But one of the biggest things is that the image sizes are a lot bigger than basic A+ content. So you've got 1464 by 600 pixels as opposed to 970 by 300. So particularly when people are shopping on mobile, having that extra space, taking up that extra space on the page is it's so valuable, you know, in terms of capturing people's attention. You've got 7 modules. Basic A+ is in theory it's 5 modules, but you can create 7. You've got, in premium, you've got interactive comparison charts. Basic, you've got some basic things. In premium, you've got things like video modules, clickable Q&A modules, carousels, hotspots. You don't have those on the basic. And so the upshot is ultimately, you know, whether you're using basic or premium, it helps to boost your conversions. So make sure you're using A+ content. But the difference is, you know, from basic conversion boost, you could expect 3 to 10%. On premium, you can be getting up to 15% boost in your conversion. So it's definitely worth having premium. So a lot of people will say, so how do I get premium A+ content? So the main thing is you obviously have to be brand registered. You have to have brand story applied to all of your ASINs. And I'll show you in a moment what brand story looks like for anybody who might not know or be familiar with that. And again, the rules are changing, but this is still the rules that are showing on Amazon. You need to have had 3 to 15 sets of A+ content submitted and approved in the last 12 months. It used to be 15, they're reducing it now. So if you fulfill these criteria, then you are eligible, you can have premium A+ content. So it's not out of reach. It is doable for pretty much anybody who's brand registered and has A+ content. So here's just going through a few illustrations just to show the difference. So this is basically just a screenshot from my computer screen. This is, oops, let's go back there. So this is basic A+ content, and this is premium. So you can see that the premium is taking up much more space on the page. It's much wider. You don't have all the white space either side. Videos, you can have videos actually in your A+ content, and I will show you some examples of that in a moment. So you can have a full page video, so it's just a large image, you click on it and the video plays, but you can also have premium video image carousels, which are fantastic, because here you can have 6 videos extra to what you have in your main image stack. If you've got a lot of UGC, that's fantastic, or lots of sort of unboxing videos, or user instructions. So there's tons and tons of space here. If you're using this premium video image carousel, you can put lots and lots of information in there, and the more videos, the more information, the more likely you're going to get a sale, you're going to keep the shopper on your page for longer. So having these is absolutely fantastic. And then you've got some premium videos with text. So any videos are great for your sales and your conversions. Navigation carousels, these are fantastic because it's a way to interact with shoppers. They can keep clicking through, and also it's basically just multiplying the amount of space that you have, because if you think about it, you can add 5 slides to a carousel. So that's basically like you're adding 5 more modules almost to your A+ content. You're just adding more space to talk about your product, to just kind of convince people to buy your product. So carousels are fantastic, and they're really a fun way of interacting with shoppers as well. And there are various different types of carousels which you can choose depending on the design that you're creating for your A+ content, or what works best for your product. So they're another great tool which you don't have in basic A+. The next thing we have is hotspots, and again, these are fun. These are really great. If you've got products that you want to cross-sell, you can highlight them. People can hover over them. They're interactive. Anything that's interactive is going to capture the shopper's attention, and it's going to keep them on the page for even longer. So hotspots as well, a great thing. Q&A modules are really, really helpful because they serve 2 very important functions, in my opinion. So the first thing is people can be put off by not knowing enough about a product. So just being able to inform them, sort of preemptive questions, how would this product work? Or, is it rechargeable? Does it come with batteries, for example? Answering all those questions, removing the uncertainty, is going to help drive more sales. Another really important thing is the more information that your shoppers have before they buy the product, the less likely they are to return your product. And none of us want returns because they're a profit killer. You lose money every time you get a return. So minimize your returns, and Q&A is a really, really great tool to help you achieve that. And also, minimizing negative reviews, because if people already know what they're buying, they're not going to get a surprise, because quite often, there's nothing wrong with the product, but if people are expecting one thing, they receive another, they might just get a bit angry, they'll go and leave a negative review. So the better informed they are, the less likely you are to get those negative reviews. So Q&A is a really, really great tool. So definitely would recommend incorporating that into your premium A+ content as well. And then comparison charts. On basic, you do have some comparison charts, but with premium, you have interactive comparison charts, which again, they're great for keeping the shoppers engaged. They can scroll back and forth, they can click on different things. it's just going to capture their attention and keep you on your listing for longer, which is great. Just the longer they're on the listing, the more likely they're going to be buying, and the more your listing is going to get shown. So there we are. So what we will do is go and have a look at some live examples. So this listing has basic A+ content. So the interesting thing is, I noticed I have to show you this. This is, please do not do this with your listings. This listing is on the US market. The main image stack, all the infographics are in German. So they haven't actually bothered to translate them to English. It's odd because usually you see this the other way around. You know, in Germany or France or Italy, you might see listings that have got, you know, the English text in their infographics. Seeing it the other way around, I thought was quite amusing. But anyway, this product, they have actually got A+ content, and it is in English, surprisingly enough. So this is where it goes, where your product description would be at the bottom of the page. So they've done, you know, they've done an okay job, I suppose, in some ways. So, you know, they haven't put their brand here. There's no brand logo. So, you know, whatever you're doing in your A+ content, put your brand logo there so people, you can build that brand identity and people know who you are. So these people have just sort of put some information about the products. There's some images. So they've at least they've created some A+ content. And just to illustrate the point at the beginning of the presentation. So here's another jigsaw puzzle. We're talking mainly jigsaw puzzles today. So these people have, it looks like they're a new seller, so maybe they will add it. But have a look at this. You scroll down, and this is where the A+ content should be. And it's just text of product description, which is such a waste because this space is free. You know, Amazon gives you this space free of charge. You don't have to pay for it. Even if you're just going to repeat a few of the images that are in your main listing, just put something there because, you know, human beings are visual creatures. An image is going to speak 1,000 words. So just put some images there, just even if it's really, really basic. Do not leave that space empty. It's just a complete waste. It would take you 15 minutes, 20 minutes just to put something there. So please don't do what these people are doing. And again, there was another one. I'm surprised. I mean, literally within the space of less than 5 minutes, I found 2 listings that basically haven't put any A+ content in their listing. So it's just a complete waste. So compared to this here, which is basic A+ content, I'm going to show you some premium A+ content so we can see the difference. So what I was saying previously about brand story that you need to have uploaded on all of your ASINs, this is brand story here. So just to show you where it is, what it is, you scroll down your listing, you go past all these ads, and then here it says from the brand, and this is a space, again, it's free, and you would create this in the same space in Seller Central where you're creating your A+ content. You will see when you log in to create A+ content, it will show you 3 different types, and you will see brand story. So this has to be uploaded on all of your listings, and this is basically talking about your brand, and it will be the same thing. You just apply all of your ASINs to it. You don't have to redesign it for every product. And this is a great space to talk about your brand, tell people about who you are, about your ethos, and just inform them and engage them. And also, it's a space where you can cross-sell. It's great for cross-selling because these are all clickable images. So, people might think, oh, they look quite nice. Let me go and have a look at those. So definitely, really great for driving sales as well. So premium A+, then you can see compared to the other listing, just have a look how much wider it is. It's taking up a lot more space. So with premium A+ content, the layout is great because your modules are completely sort of seamlessly joined together. So if you have a look, you scroll through this A+ content, you don't see any lines dividing the modules. And in fact, these are all overlapping modules. If you saw them individually, you would see these images are cut. In contrast, when you look at basic, you can see that the modules, you have these dividing lines between them. So it's quite blocky. It doesn't sort of flow as seamlessly, and sort of, it does kind of, it does disrupt the attention. So premium has that advantage to begin with. So all really nice and seamless. And this here, for example, is basically taking up 2 modules. So you can have that really large image, focus on the brand, really, really kind of capture the attention of the shopper. So as I was saying, some of the different features that we have on A+ content, which I'd like to show you. So for example, this is a carousel. So this brand have lots and lots of different jigsaw puzzles. And what premium A+ content allows you to do is it gives you the space to showcase lots of your products. So here, they're talking about the puzzles, and then, about the world of this brand. But then what you can do is show people the different collections that you have. So they've got a nature collection, tropical collection. So it's great. And it's also sort of allowing people to scroll through like this. It just makes it more fun to be on the listing. It makes it more interesting. And then, just continue down, add in all that extra information. So the carousels are a great feature. Another feature which I mentioned was videos. So for example, have a look at this listing. This is sort of at the bottom, this is the A+ content again, premium. If I click here, you're going to see a video playing. I'm not going to do it because it's going to be very loud. But you can actually put this is a full video. So it's completely not breaking up the visuals. All you see is the play button, but behind this actually is a full video which you can play. And again, similar idea of using carousels, just making it really, really fun and interactive for people. Another feature I talked about was hotspots. So these are great because, when you hover over, this is a skincare brand. They've got lots and lots of products. So, what a fantastic way to tell people about some of the other products that you have. You can just hover, you can see what that is, you can see what that is. So again, if I'm going to see these things, these features, I'm going to be clicking on these, and I'm going to be on this page for a lot longer than if I was just scrolling up and down through this. So like I said, keep people on your page for as long as possible. A, you're more likely to get a sale, and B, the algorithm picks up those signals that people are finding your product interesting. They're more likely to buy it. Therefore, your listing will get shown more. A listing where people are just clicking on it and very quickly just bouncing off, the signal that sends is that maybe that product's not so great. Let's not show it so much, because at the end of the day, Amazon want to make money. They want to show products that are going to sell, they're going to convert, and everybody's happy. So this is just a sort of quick run through of premium A+ content and some sort of illustrations of like the how much more there is to it than basic A+ content. And I really think that it's worth it because it doesn't cost you extra money. It's now free. It just gives you a lot more space. It makes the shopping experience much more real, much more interesting for the shopper. And so many amazing features. Just use it. It's free. All of it is free. Hopefully we're not going to be charged for it anytime soon, but I would definitely recommend you do this because, like I said, your conversions, it will really help. And if you can just get your conversion up by a few points, then it's definitely worth it. So just going back to the slides. There we go. So yeah, all of these things definitely worth investing in A+ content. And you can build it yourself, or you can have it designed professionally. You can do it either way. The modules are there, they're easy to use, so there's lots and lots of options. It doesn't have to cost you a fortune. It's very easy to do. So I think that's mostly what I wanted to say. And if we've got any questions.
Yeah. By the way, I have a question already. So, and
Yeah.
probably the most important question is what percentage of sellers on Amazon are using A+ content?
That's a really good question, Nick. I don't actually have that statistic, in all honesty.
Okay, so I mean that's very important, by the way, because let's say if only 5% are using that and 95% are not using that, this means that 95% of your competitors are not doing that. So if you're not the first, you're missing out on that. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, those two listings that I showed with the puzzles that didn't have the A+ content, I literally this morning, within 5 minutes, I found those. And it never fails to amaze me because you just expect every listing to have it, but there's a whole load of people who are just not using it.
And how often do you see like large established brands not using A+ content?
Quite a lot, and a lot of them who are using it, their A+ content isn't that great. It's
not A+,
No,
okay.
no, it's pretty basic. They've just uploaded a few images. Yeah, they haven't taken the time.
Okay, and the one thing that I noticed during the presentation, that before you need to do like more, like you need to publish. I think you mentioned that you need to publish more like content before you're actually qualified for that. So now it's even easier, which means that Amazon is pushing sellers to use it so they can actually get more sales. Okay,
Exactly.
I mean, okay,
Yeah.
I mean that's great. I mean, just imagine now when you go to a restaurant, you go to two restaurants, and one of them you see the menu only written. The second menu you see the pictures of the dishes. Which one are you gonna order? Because like said, like Fatu said, we're creatures of image. I mean, how do you say it? Like creatures of content. I forgot the word that
Visual.
you use.
Yeah,
Visual. Okay, we're visual creatures. So if you don't like something, you're not gonna buy. I mean, that's how we judge anybody or everything, just by the way it looks like. So it's the same with your product. If you would like people to buy or to like your stuff, you need to convince them, why it's good. And of course, if Amazon is giving you a lot of like real estate, use that. If you don't, you're just wasting your money, and Amazon is gonna kick you out from the top of the listing, and you're gonna. And the other thing which we didn't talk about is it's very likely you're spending money on PPC. If you're not using A+ content, you're throwing money in the trash because you're not fully utilizing what you've been offered by Amazon. But let's continue. We have some questions for you already from people who could not join. So the first question is from Michael Beck, who has access to premium. Premium, I think he means premium A plus content.
Yes. So I'll just repeat what we said earlier. You have to be brand registered, obviously. You have to have brand story uploaded for every single one of your ASINs. And you need to have had 15 sets of A plus content submitted and approved in the last 12 months. But that number is being reduced. So now it's fewer than that. So basically, it doesn't mean that you need to have that many products. It means that you need to have submitted A plus content and it's been approved by Amazon. So there are ways, there are easy ways to make sure that you get approved to use premium.
Okay, thank you, Fato. So I'm going to continue with the next question from one of our newsletter subscribers, from Luca Carticini. What are some of the features that are only available on premium?
Yeah, quite a lot. So video, carousels, hotspots, those are only available on premium. Interactive Q&A, interactive comparison charts, those are only available on premium.
Okay, thanks. Let me just continue with the other. We have like a few more questions. From Maria Jean. What are the benefits of using premium A plus content? I think it overlaps a little bit with the previous question, but this is like, what are the benefits of using premium A plus content?
More conversions. You'll sell more.
So more money. So another question. If you're doing PPC, strong PPC, and if you're not using premium A plus content, I guess no, you're not doing it right. You're wasting money.
Yeah, and just not just premium A plus, your listing as a whole. So your images need to be good, your infographics need to be good, you need to have a video. Don't start spending money on PPC before you optimize your listing, because you will be wasting your money.
Okay, and from your experience, how many people do the reverse? How many spend money on PPC without optimizing their listings?
Most, about
okay,
80 to 90% probably.
Yeah.
We get a lot of referrals from PPC agencies because they get clients saying, get me more sales, I want to spend money on advertising. And a lot of PPC agencies are very responsible and very professional, and they'll say, well, we don't want to waste your money. Before we start spending on ads, let's get your listing up to standard.
Yeah, exactly. That's a very good actually way to filter agencies. Whenever you would like to work with an agency, if they never mention A plus or content and just talk about PPC, so you can judge that these guys don't care about your conversions, because you need to do whatever is possible for free, like Fato said, and then you can start spending money. I've run an e-commerce business for 10 years and I've spent millions of money on advertising. So content is more important because it's going to stay there. Once you actually start spending a lot on PPC, people are going to start buying your stuff. The more they buy, the more Amazon has an incentive to push you higher on the ranking, because they don't want to waste impressions for some products which are not converting. So because they're not going to make money from you, because they make money from the fees. So
yeah,
okay,
and that's a downward spiral. Sorry to interrupt you, Nick. Because if you're spending a lot of money on PPC, if people are clicking on your listing, not buying, you're basically, you're going to have to throw more and more and more money at that, because if you're not converting, you're not going to get shown so much. Your cost per click is going to be going up and up and up. So you're going to be in a downward spiral. So yeah, it's key to have content that's good and will convert.
Okay, and we have our last question, by the way. It's actually, this is for Fatus from us, from Scayul, because she's one of our power users. So what do you think about Scayul? Can you give us some feedback? Because we've been very, very active on the platform.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you for creating this. And I say that in all honesty, genuinely, you do so much for the community. And I was just talking about this with another partner yesterday. I've met so many people in the space. We're all doing different things, complementary things, and supporting and helping each other out is great. It's a fantastic tool. Thank you.
Thank you for this. No, make your users happy, and you don't need to actually pay for advertising. By the way, with Skill, we don't pay any money for advertising. No, we create content thanks to our users because see, we created A plus content for you guys. Fatus is giving away all her knowledge for free, but you guys, you need to listen to that. If you don't make the next step, you just wasted your time watching the podcast, the webinar with her. So my advice is get in touch with Fatus. She's gonna do an audit on your listings. She's gonna tell you if you guys suck and how she can fix that. And if you have the enough brains, or you're gonna listen to her. No, because she doesn't do any PPC. No, she doesn't make money from you guys wasting money. So we're gonna share the recording on Sunday for whoever could not watch the webinar, and I'm gonna share the details of Fatus so you can connect with her on LinkedIn, get in touch. I strongly recommend that. Also, I'm gonna uh, put our Scale page here, and you can request an introduction to Fatus directly here on our Scale page. For anybody who would like to meet her, you might be an Amazon service provider, you might be an agency, you might be an e-com sellers. You need A plus content. If not, you can just waste money without converting. So it's up to you guys. So thank you everybody for joining our networking on steroids with Fatus Fatin today. I would like to wish you a very pleasant Wednesday. We're at the middle of the week. Now we're going to descend to the weekend. So thanks for watching, everybody, and thanks Fatus for sharing these great insights for A plus content. Adios, guys. It was nice to be here. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.